Welcome to Electrical Machine Lab. Today we are going to perform speed control of DC shunt motor by armature and field control method. So first of all we have to understand what is the objectives and meaning of speed control. We know that whenever the motor is get loaded, its speed start decreasing. So this decrease in speed is called as a drop in speed, which is not wanted in many applications, isn't it? So the natural speed drop, or it is the inherent characteristic of motor which decreases slightly the speed, and the decrease in speed or drop in speed is depend upon the different type of motors. So it does not comes under the speed control. Speed control is the deliberate change as per the application. Sometimes we need the speed to be vary from say 1500 rpm to 1300 rpm, or from 1500 rpm toward the above side it is say 1600 rpm or 1700 rpm as per the application. Then this change is called as a speed control. So before going to the speed control, first of all we have to understand what is the normal speed or rated speed. The normal or rated speed is the speed of motor which is written on the nameplate. For example, the speed of the motor is written as 1500. So 1500 it's a normal speed. If you are decreasing the speed by some method below the 1500 rpm, it is called as a speed control below normal value. And if you are increasing the speed more than 1500 for our application, for particular application, then that speed control is known as the above normal value speed control. Now DC shunt motor widely used in the industry, and it is still accepted because of its speed controllability. So we know that in the conventional DC, in conventional three-phase induction motor, we cannot change the speed in the wide range. We have to use a number of gears, or say belt drives, or different gears are used. But the DC shunt motor speed can be controlled very easily and very simply. So still some of the application where speed control is needed, where wide range of speed is needed, we are still using the DC shunt motor. No doubt, nowadays because of the variable frequency drive, this type of motor, DC shunt motor, is going to replace by the three-phase induction motor coupled with the variable frequency drive or some electronic component which is give the same characteristic, or we can perform our particular application, isn't it? Now see here, the objective of the practical is to understand the speed control of DC shunt motor below and above normal speed. First part is the armature control method, which is used for the below normal speed, and second part is the field control method, which is used for above normal speed. So what is the basic one? For this one we have to understand the formula for the speed control. Okay. In this formula, the speed is directly proportional to back EMF and inversely proportional to flux. Flux is nothing but the flux produced by the field winding. Now, the speed may be written as speed is directly proportional to back EMF, that is EB is nothing but B minus IaRa, and field flux is nothing but the field current. So it is quite clear, if you are keeping the field current constant, your speed is directly proportional to B minus IaRa. So if you add the resistance in the armature circuit, if you add the resistance N is V minus Ia into bracket Ra plus some external resistance R, then it is quite possible that we are able to reduce this factor. This factor is suppose 230 minus 50, it is 200, then 230 minus 60, it is 190, and so on. So by decreasing the voltage across armature, this is nothing but the voltage across armature, we are able to control the speed below normal value. So this is your N is directly proportional to VA, where VA is nothing but the voltage across armature, and it is represented here voltage across armature, and external resistance R is added in the series of armature. So we are keeping the field current constant. There is no resistance at all. It is a constant current, whatever the value of whatever the rated value, we will apply the rated voltage here. It is 230 or 220 volt is there with the help of this one, and we are going to change the variable resistance. Now we are able to change the voltage across armature. So if the voltage across armature decreases, definitely the speed of the motor get decreases. So now by connecting this one, so how to understand the circuit? To understand the circuit, it is necessary to understand what are the different ammeters and voltmeters are connected. This is the positive terminal. It is connected to the ammeter in series with the L. L is the line terminal of 3-point starter. Okay. So we have taken, as it is on the no load condition, so we are taking 0 to 5 ampere range of the ammeter. A is connected with variable rheostat, where variable rheostat point is connected to the armature circuit A1, and A2 goes to the negative value. We have connected voltage across armature to measure the voltage. If we are going to increase the resistance value, the voltage get decreases across the terminal. Okay. Now the selection of rheostat, as the armature carries more current, so you have to select the rheostat with some more value of current, is say 4 ampere and 110 ohm resistance. Field terminal F is connected to F1 and F2 is connected to the negative. This is the description of the circuit. Now what is the procedure? First of all, we will start the motor. We will adjust the rheostat till it will give the rated speed. So this is our normal speed. So rated voltage is there, rated speed is there. Now we will start decreasing the speed with the help of some variable rheostat. So when we vary that rheostat, the voltage across that get decreases. So for example, the rated voltage we have applied 220. During that time the speed is by 1500 rpm. We will vary that rheostat. By varying that rheostat, we are going to reduce the voltage across armature. It's 210, 200, 190, 180 and so on. So we are able to find that this is a 1500 rpm, it may be a 1400, it may be a 1430, 1450, it may be a 1300 and so on. So here the voltage decreases, speed also get decreases. This is our procedure to do the practical. Now after performing the practical, we are going to draw the graph. So graph, it is a 1500 rpm, so this is the speed. On x-axis there is the armature voltage. So before selecting the scale of armature voltage, we have to take care that suppose this is 220, then you have to take some proper scale so that we are able to draw the proper graph. If you have taken 0 voltage, then so on, it is a 200 here too, so the graph will be very small. So you have to spread this axis somewhere in the speed also as well as in the voltage also. So at rated voltage, here it is, suppose it is a rated voltage is 220, the speed is 1500 rpm. Now as we decrease the voltage, here the voltage is decreasing, the speed also decreasing. So this will give the speed control below normal value. Why it is below normal value? The reason is that the rated speed of the motor is 1500 rpm. Okay. Now some application we want the speed more than 1500 rpm, isn't it? So instead of using some gears which will give the frictional losses are there, and it become quite difficult and we cannot get the smooth variation in the speed. Now we are again having some electrical method or circuit parameters. By changing some circuit parameter, we are able to increase the speed of DC shunt motor. So that method is called as a field control method. Now in field control method, what we will do, we will keep the voltage across armature is a rated one, means there is a no change across the armature voltage. Say in this equation, speed is directly proportional to V minus IaRa, so we are not adding somewhere So this parameter say it is a constant one. So we can say that in this case your speed is inversely proportional to flux and speed is inversely proportional to field current. The meaning is that if you decrease the field current, definitely the speed going to increase, isn't it? So at rated voltage, if you insert some external resistance in series with the field circuit, so we are able to obtain the speed below normal value. Now see here, in the second figure, voltage, we are applying the rated voltage. So we have selected the DC voltage, DC voltmeter, DC ammeter. The first part is as it is. We have removed the resistance from the armature circuit. In the first figure there is a resistance in armature circuit, whereas in the second figure there is no no resistance in the armature circuit. The meaning is that whatever the rated voltage across armature is there. So here this numerator part is a constant one. Okay. No doubt it is going to vary, but as per the change in the field current, the parameter will remain constant. Okay. Now we have added the resistance, higher resistance in series with the field winding. So resistance is 800 ohm, 1.4 ampere. It may be a say 1000 ohm and 1 ampere is there because the field current, excitation field current is in the range of 0 to 1 ampere or 0.5 to say 1.1 ampere. We have added one ammeter, so the selection of ammeter should be proper one. Here we have taken because it will take more current, so 0 to 5 ampere. We want to measure, so we have increased the resolution of the ammeter by selecting the ammeter range 0 to 1 ampere is there is the field current. So by inserting some resistance, the total resistance of the field circuit increases, which will decrease the current. So at some particular constant value of current, say the rated current is 0.8 ampere. So if the 0.8 ampere is there, it will give the 1500 RPM.